Sandhan. All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.
Good morning, students. I am Shilpa Dharmadhikari from the MS University, Baroda. First of all of you, I want to wish all of you happy Navratri. Okay. Today, the topic for our discussion is skills for facing interview. So here we are going to take the focus on how do you prepare yourself for a specific interview. So initially, as we know, any communication process is that you meet people face to face. That is called as interpersonal communication. An interview is a form of face to face interpersonal communication process. Now, what do we understand by interpersonal communication? The communication that occurs between two or more people who present themselves as unique individuals, and when they understand each other on the basis of their uniqueness in behavior is called as the interpersonal communication. So basically it is a combination of the verbal communication as well as the non-verbal communication, where two people interact to understand each other and reach a specific goal. Now, to be more precise, we can develop the idea. With this, the another statement that comes it that an interview can be termed as a dyadic interaction with manifold objectives for career advancements. That is, what do I mean now by dyadic interaction? See the word dyadic. It is derived from a specific word dyad, that is D-Y-A-D, that is the communication process between exclusively two individuals, where two individuals interact to understand each other and reach to a particular goal. Now, an interview can be a dyadic interaction as well as an interpersonal communication where people interact, they share their attitudes and to achieve personal goals. Okay. The next statement for my interview comes that a prominent step in the selection process. What is now the approach that I follow with such kind of an interview session? Students, just take into consideration that whenever you are in an interview, you are there to sell yourself. You are there to project the best of your abilities. Okay, that is that the interviewer is in a process to analyze how apt or how appropriate you are as an individual, perfectly apt for their own organization. So the end result of my interpersonal or a dyadic interaction must be that you present yourself in a positive attitude, with exactly like advertising yourself or selling yourself. Okay. We move on to the next thing. How the process, who are the people who are there to analyze you? For this, students, I would like to present the whole session we are going to divide the session into three particular parts. The first step we are going to involve is that we will divide it into the pre-interview session, the during interview session, and last will come the post-interview session. So as an individual, you are ready to make yourself comfortable into the three different pockets that we are going to understand. That is preparing oneself for the interview, what are the things to be done during the interview, and the things to be done after it. So the first process that we are going to understand is the pre-interview session. Now we understand the thing we go with the preparing for the interview. Setting your goals is extremely important. What you want to do with your life, what you want, what is your goal in your life is extremely important. As students, we always have the habit of setting something that when I grow up, I will be something. So that is what you're doing, is you're setting a particular goal for your own life. Goals can be again divided into three types: the long-term goals and the short-term goals. Now, what are the long-term goals? That is, you want to achieve any big thing in your life. And the short-term goals are the small steps that are involved in achieving my long-term goals. So tomorrow, if I have if today I analyze, I make a long-term goal of being a big personality. So what is the short-term goal that I achieve is important. The next step in doing or in analyzing, in setting your goals, is a review of your SWOT. When I say about the goals, you can have a look at how one approaches towards his goal. The achieving towards a goal is a series of steps that comes. So one has to take and climb the step one by one. You can have a look at the slide, students. It is a short-term goals and the long-term goals as discussed earlier. It is a roadmap to one's career. It is going to decide how well you fit in any particular career advancement. So you have to mark your way towards achieving your goals. Personal commitments is what you have decided to be. And setting SMART goals. We will just have a look at the next slide, which gives us the glimpse of the thing of creating SMART goals. Be specific about what you had decided. For that, one needs to understand his own self. So you decide how you are going to be and set your goals in life. Because they are going to be permanent with you and they are going to mark, they are going to present a specific place in your entire life. Measurable, M, the measurable. That is how far you can achieve it, how there is a limit for a certain kind of a goal to be achieved. So it should be measurable. You cannot go extravagant with your ideas. Again, achievable. What are the different facets? What are the different activities that you can indulge into in achieving your goals? What are the steps that you as an individual take into consideration in achieving that particular goal? R comes with realistic ideas. How realistic you are with achieving your goals. Set real goals in life and act accordingly. You cannot just go anywhere in haywire ideas. See, if you want to become something in life, tomorrow I would say I want to become a doctor. So right from my childhood, right from my, basically my 10th standard or my 12th standard, I set up a goal of becoming a doctor and I work hard. That is my long-term and goal. So achievable and measurable are the major important steps in achieving your goals. And timely, specifically you can say time plays an important role in any kind of a development. So you cannot extend your goals extravagantly and increasing the time limit. So time frame becomes important. You can have a look later what we have as the review your SWOT. What do I understand now by SWOT analysis? What do I understand by SWOT? Students, you can have a look at the picture given that SWOT is an acronym which can be solved as 4 different attitudes that a person has. That is, S stands for the strengths, W for weaknesses, O for the opportunities, and T for the threats involved in achieving your goals. So as an individual, when you are preparing yourself for an interview, you need to understand your strength. SWOT analysis is a tool that helps individuals to recognize their strengths and limitations and therefore acquainting them with the resources available. For this, introspection and self-awareness becomes important. One has to analyze his strength and work upon the weaknesses to achieve the different opportunities available. Make maximum use of the opportunities that you have. Now, strength, one can say that I am an extremely honest person, I am an extremely hard working person. So, these are my strengths as an individual. Now, looking at what can be the weaknesses than one as an individual you can have. The weaknesses can be put up in the category that maybe you need to focus more about your openness in your behavior, control over the aggression. Again, we have one kind of weakness that can be put up with control over emotions and lack of knowledge. That is also a weakness. You have that in the process, sometimes you find different hurdles. How well you negotiate with people. So even that can be an attitudinal progress that one must have in his behavior. So as an individual, give emphasis, give more focus on the strength that you possess and try to overcome the weaknesses that an personality has, because you have n number of opportunities available to overcome these kind of weaknesses. Now, what do I understand by the different opportunities that are available to me? Opportunities can be that they are going to provide ourselves to be competent in the outer world. So what are the different varieties, what are the different sectors that are available to me out in the market is extremely important. How well I cope up using my strengths and making use of the opportunity, how well I can implement the available opportunities, that becomes important. And threats, the picture itself shows that it is an explosion, it is an explosive, that it is a hurdle in my progression. So how do I overcome this kind of a threat? Now, threats can be the internal threats and the external environmental threats that can hurdle my opportunities. So whenever I am preparing myself for an interview, the basic 4 acronyms, the basic 4 behavioral attitudes that I have to understand is with the tool of the SWOT analysis. That is strength, weakness, opportunities and threats. And we have had a look at the SMART goals that we have. Now we come across to the next point, that is adding your latest CV. CV is your curriculum vitae. It is a form of advertisement through which you are presenting your own self in front of the panel, in front of the people who are going to interview you, or it is a process. It is, we can have a look at this, that it is a structured and written document which helps you to present yourself in a precise and brief manner to the person who do not know you. Again, it is a form of an advertisement. If you remember, student, the very first definition of interview, as I had put in front of you, that CV is a form of an advertisement. It is a form that you sell yourself. It has to have a sales approach attached to it. So you are presenting, you are advertising your capabilities, your strength and your different skills that you possess. So when I say a structured and a written document about your skills, your work experience, your educational qualifications, your employment background and the various skills that you possess. It can be a literal description of how and what you are. Because when you are present for an interview, you do not know each and every person present in front of you. You do not know everyone who is there and analyzing you. So a CV is going to help you to present your own self in front of the different people. Now, as I said, it is a structured format. It has to have a specific format. What is the CV format that you can come up with? So we will have a look at the exact format. The first part of your CV, of your curriculum vitae, one more word used for it can be a resume or a biodata. These are the more frequently used words that you come across. But again, CV is the curriculum vitae used, a very common word use that you come across too. So it must have a proper heading. The first initial introduction comes with your name. So the heading has the name, the address, the phone numbers and the email ID, which is centrally aligned at the top of the page. Okay. The personal details of an individual can be given in the form of the heading. Next we move on to the next topic, that is your career objective. You should try to state in one sentence the kind of position you are interested in, the skills you have and the experience you want to project, and that is going to help you in presenting yourself. So setting this, you can relate with the objectives, the goals that you have in your mind, the short term as well as the long term goals that you have made, that you have prepared initially.